Now, for the first time, all the 80s classics for the generation who were born in the 2000s. K-Smell presents Totally Radical 80s. You'll get hits by artists such as The Outfield,
I just wanna you,
Culture Club, The Human League, Hall & Oates,
oh, here she come. She's a man eater.
Tears for Fears, Billy Ocean, Aha, Simple Minds, Cyndi Lauper, George Michael,
Never gonna dance again. Guilty feeling, got no rhythm.
Madonna, Ray Parker Jr., Rick Astley,
Together forever and never apart. Together forever two.
What'd you expect, a Rickroll? Yeah, we couldn't get the rights to the other one. Huey Lewis in the News, Kate Bush, and many more. And if you act now, you'll get the best of 80s hair metal. Over 20 classic tracks by the most badass and hairsprayed rockers such as Poison,
Every rose has its thorn.
yeah it does, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and Bon Jovi.
New Jersey,
Send no money to K-Smell's Totally Radical 80s, Box 000, Hollywood, California. It's totally radical, man. K-Smell presents Now That's What I Call Lilith There. All the ambivalent hits of the 90s you probably forgot, such as Four Non Blondes, Emmylou Harris, Sean Colvin, Sarah McLachlan, Juliana Hatfield, Tracy Chapman,
You got a fast car, I got tickets anywhere.
Susanna Hoffs, Joan Osborne, Letters to Cleo, Annie DeFranco, Indigo Girls, Jewel, and sadly, many more. Act now and we'll throw in, I guess if we have to, the best of Seattle, featuring Soundgarden,
Black hole sun, won't you come?
Alice in Chains,
Yeah, they come to stop the rooster.
and Pearl Jam. Send no money to K-Smell the 90s, Box 000, Seattle, Washington. Can you K-Smell the 90s? I can.
Oh no, I got you guys on screen. Rob, mute me because I'm going to hear me in the background in a second. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Are you ready to drop your tacos? Are you ready to get in your cars? Are you ready to rumble? Where the crap am I? Oh, here. Snap your finger, Rob. Snap your finger. There, it's a little late. My hands are full. Bob Iger confirms that Acolyte will be released on Disney Plus in 2024. That's why.
What happened?
Bob Iger.
2024?
Yes.
Oh, so we got a whole year to go.
A whole year to go.
Before we're subjected to that
crap.
How
somebody's also suing. Somebody's suing the Disney about that.
Somebody's suing.
Over the Acolyte.
Why?
They got fired or something? I think they got fired.
Marvel has 7,000 characters. It's time just to start telling their stories and questions whether or not we need to see 3 or 4 movies with the same characters. I think we just have to look at what characters or stories we're mining. Yeah. Try and find other characters. Find new characters, because I'm tired of Wanda and Vision and every side character.
But here's the thing, though. Those characters kind of walk in and out of the other characters' movies. You know?
Yeah, which is why you need, like, other characters that aren't in any... He wants a new Guardians of the Galaxy, I bet. I bet that's it. Let me send you this. I bet he wants a new Guardians of the Galaxy. What do you think?
Probably. I mean...
Yeah, that's
probably... Or he
wants
wants a new Avengers, or...
Turn back to the Avengers franchise with a whole different set of Avengers.
But it's not going to work.
Very careful about developing Star Wars feature films in the future. Wait, so there's a whole Bob Iger stream. We're going to come back and do this whole Bob Iger thing tonight, probably. Today we're talking Picard, though. Wow, there's a lot of Bob Iger news. Holy shit, Rob.
Yes, he's let the Bob Iger news.
So he just gave a big interview, it looks like.
Bob Iger told it, spills it. Bob
TV
Iger.
show focus on quality, not volume. So they're going to cut back quite a bit. Here, there's a ton of Bob Iger stuff. Shared frank comments about his plans for work with Marvel going forward. Sequels typically work well for us, but do you need a third or a fourth, for instance? It's time to turn to other characters. He's talking about Ant-Man. Do you need a 4th Ant-Man movie?
No.
No, you really, really don't.
Have Ant-Man in other people's movies.
Yeah, have him pop into somebody else's as like a supporting character to launch somebody else. How about that?
But we need good leading characters.
Yeah.
And
there's none left.
Captain People, isn't it?
Well, I think that was the problem with Marvel is that, you know, I think comic books are kind of... The comic book superhero sort of story type is like... I mean, you don't see Greek heroes anymore, right? You don't see... There's a reason why you don't see ninja samurai movies, like, all the time, or great westerns, right? You have your kind of allotment, and then it's, like, time to find something else. And I think that's where we're going with the Marvel stuff. Maybe it's time to find some other thing to kind of focus on, some new genre.
Well, maybe the cowboy will come back.
Yeah, no more coming back. We're tired of coming back. We gotta find something new. There's gonna be some new something or other. So, Picard. We gotta go on to Picard. So it's like that fake game show. Let's do Disney. You know. Which one? How's everyone doing? We got you on screen, so please spam the chat if you want to.
Yes, spam chat. Spam,
please
spam.
say
Lovely
things.
Spam. Wonderful spam.
So that's the Bob Iger news going on right now.
Yeah, it's Bob Iger.
Holy crap, there's a lot of Bob Iger news going on. There's Angry Joe's trending, GTA Online's trending.
GTA?
Yeah.
GTA Online's
trending?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know.
I was contemplating buying GTA on Steam.
Uh-huh.
Just so that I could have a version of it it's on Steam. It's, you know, they're not going to be able to upgrade consoles, you know. And I'm going to have to buy it again. So sort of the last version of GTA I'm going to have to buy. GTA.
All right. Riker. Giving up and dying. Well, okay, so do we want to do 2 episodes at once? We'll do 2 episodes. So we didn't really talk too much about episode 3. Spoilers. If you're just tuning in, there will be full spoilers for Picard episodes 3 and 4. As much as we remember from episode 3. Because episode 4 basically kind of recaps everything that happened in the beginning of 3. Because we forgot everything that happened in 3. What happened in 3? Raffi and Worf
were
something, right? No, she was barely in it. That's right. It was episode 2. Episode 3 had... See, now we forgot it again. Oh, we forgot it again. Do you remember?
There was a thing about Riker
the 17 seconds, and he said give up and die. Everybody give up and die.
Yeah, and there's a change, and they found out there's a changeling.
Oh, and there's a changeling on board.
Uh-huh. It's...
Everything about this was, oh, I remember the changelings. I remember this. I remember that. Whereas Red Letter Media likes the stuff that they're reminded of.
It's like, it's member berries, the series.
Yeah.
They're lifting bits and pieces from other...
It's copy and paste. I put that in the description. The best way I can describe it is they took a little bit of... They took a little bit of like, hey, remember this plot point from Voyager where they had to...
Well, the gravimetric wave or whatever.
They had to ride the gravimetric wave thingy, and out of the nebula or something.
And then there was a similar plot point. Remember when they reflect the gravity kept getting reflected back to them?
Yeah.
But the little kid felt responsible because I touched the control panel.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do that. It's locked. So, and the kid wanted to be just like Data.
The
emotions.
Data kid, the kid who combed his hair like Data.
Yeah.
I remember that kid. Okay, I remember that episode.
And then they actually go all the way back to Farpoint.
Oh, they go all the way back to Farpoint. Well, we're skipping over this other episode with the Changeling. Okay, they discover there's a Changeling on board. Is this where she flung a starship or no? I can't even remember.
No.
Episode 3 is just so forgettable. It's just in one ear, out the other.
All right, but the big thing that happened
Episode
in episode
4.
3, that big thing that happened in episode 3 is they followed the Frau Forbison into the nebula, and they got the portal. They used the portal gun.
Yeah.
I guess, and the cake is a lie.
Yeah.
And they got caught in the gravity well.
Yeah, Frakes is carrying the whole show, and even he can't save it, because half of the time he's like, I'm going to give up and die. Yeah, so they are caught in the gravity well in this.
They're caught in the gravity well.
And there's a changeling for some reason.
There's a changeling on board that's sabotaging the Enterprise.
No, okay, so
well, first of all, it's not the Titan, it's the freaking Enterprise. Just call it the Enterprise, please.
Okay, and now, so is Frau chasing the changeling of Jack Crusher?
I don't
Or
know.
is it actually Jack Crusher? Because why is there a changeling on board, and why is she chasing Jack Crusher now? Because in episode 4, she cuts off her own hand because gore, and it turns into some monster, and it's like, hey, go get Jack Crusher. And she's like, I don't want to go get Jack Crusher, that's suicide. And she starts singing, and she's crazy.
I want to get Jack Crusher.
So she's literally talking to this demon monster in her hand. I'm not making that up. Even though everybody else seems to be on shrooms, I'm not. This literally happened, right?
Yeah.
You were watching it next to me. I didn't make this up.
I keep saying everybody's on shrooms and like pot. I'm like, am I the only guy who drinks still? I mean, it was funnier yesterday.
There's a pot reference in this.
There is a pot.
Because the captain guy, he's like, are you familiar with a pot? Like marijuana? Like cannabis? Seven says. And he's like, no, like a bucket. You dump it.
A bucket.
Like a bucket.
A pot.
A receptacle.
A container.
A container.
Tupperware. Any kind of freaking... any way...
They call it a bucket in DS9. And we had the same...
Remember, Odo even said that. I sleep in a bucket. Why is that such a... Why is that such a stumbling? Oh, a pot.
They take the tactics from Galaxy Quest. That's where we watched that recently. What? Galaxy Quest.
What? What was what?
I don't remember.
I was screaming, it's a bucket, you morons. Say bucket, you morons. Yeah, just say bucket. It's a bucket, you moron. Everybody knows what a pot, a bucket. Everybody knows what, when you say bucket, a bucket holds water.
They've seen countless things, including most of these people in this episode have seen the Farpoint life form in person when they met.
Okay, all right. So we're getting ahead of ourselves, but that's the kind of thing you kind of jump. The series is you kind of jump around to different
different time frames because they do this. They're like, 5 years ago. 5 years ago, Picard was giving a speech saying, "I don't need no family. Starfleet's the only family I ever needed." Not knowing his idiot kids there listening in like a dumbass. You know what? If somebody generalizes something and you take it personally, you're a psycho. You're a crazy person. Well, you're taking something personally, and it's not about you. Okay. Sometimes people are just speaking generally. Sometimes people are just speaking.
Well, the other thing too. Okay, listen. So then now, okay. So again, the other thing about this is that there was an elevator ride, 17 seconds. Okay, yeah, we get it. Picard's, he wants to bond with his son, and he doesn't want the chance to slip away from him. We get it, okay? But again, they do things that are really, really out of character. Really, really out of character. They, the whole thing. We're done for. Give up and die. That whole thing. No, these are people that have gotten out of tougher scrapes before, and he should know about Jean-Luc. I've never been one to play it safe. Remember that line? So okay, and.
And the next Picard.
Oh,
Seven yells at Riker. Riker yells at Seven. And a bunch of stuff goes boom and explodes. So, in this episode, Crusher is just kind of standing around. She starts counting down.
5,
and then
4,
she
3, 2,
and then
1.
she realizes this is just like contraptions.
I'm on contraptions. I'm on contraptions. And so
because for the most part, she just everybody's standing around giving up.
You ever like
stand around, give up. Stand around, give up.
Hey, butthead, you ever think like you're pregnant and then just gotta take a big dump?
That's drink. Here's your water.
Agua.
Oh, contraptions. The show's giving me contraptions. I tell you. Here's your other water.
The space mama took a big space dump.
So they're having screaming therapy.
Yeah. So so
Amanda Plummer cuts her hand off and starts talking to it.
Okay, and again, this we can't really talk about this because it's a jumbled mess of just references and just.
It is.
I was more.
Hey, remember the scene in DS9 where Sisko basically kind of conveys that, hey, you killed my wife when we were out rescuing your butt. My wife and 10,000 other people died.
Yeah.
Oh, let's race swap the guy and have him do it again, only with more of a chip on his shoulder and survivor guilt because he got eeny meeny miny mode in a shuttle to survive.
Where was this last episode?
Huh?
Where was that last episode?
I don't know.
2 episodes ago, whatever.
I don't know. Well, because Sisko did it. Because Sisko did it better.
Yeah.
Is that where they... No, they don't fling a rock at... Well, yeah, they fling a rock at her later.
Yeah. Actually, Major Grin, we are very familiar with Major Grin.
He's good.
He does great work. Isn't that just Nitpicking Nerd?
Yeah.
It's Nitpicking Nerd's other channel.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
And go subscribe to Nitpicking Nerd and Major Grin. Yeah, he's got a cool accent, too. I think he's from... Well, I don't want to say where he's from, but... It's a big place. He's got a cool accent. He was so elated that I sing, hey, Nitpicking Nerd's in the chat. He's good.
Yeah, we like him. Oh.
Yeah, okay, now, there's a changeling on board who's been sabotaging shit. Pardon me.
Well, they say... But that's okay. Jean-Luc drops the F-bomb in there.
He drops the F-bomb.
A couple... And an S-bomb.
And an S-bomb.
So this is more swearing Trek. This is more Star Trek for modern audiences. Again, with the swearing and the new Trek throwing rocks. Galaxy Quest. My ship is dragging away. Oh, they flung a rock at the other ship now.
All right,
because she flung a starship at them, so they flew a rock at her because they're even now.
My biggest gripe with this episode.
They're even now.
My biggest gripe with this episode is that Riker is completely out of character here. He's written completely out of character. And when they were in the gravity well, first thing they was said, they would gather the senior staff and somebody from engineering to the ready room. All right, let's figure a way out of here. Okay. That's the thing. They would all be figuring out a way to get out. Not just, we're done for.
Yeah. They take too long of this. We're done for. Because the we're done for, I don't know, is there no way out? There's no way out. All right, well, that's not acceptable on my starship. We have 500 people here. Figure a way out of this.
We got some of the best brains Starfleet has to offer.
Right?
Okay? I refuse to believe that there's no way out.
Comb the records and find a scenario like this you can copy from. And when I'm sitting there yelling, like, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that?
Get a reading on the energy waves. I want to know if there's any way we can
Yeah, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? When I'm sitting there yelling at it in like the first 7 minutes, why didn't they just say this and this and this? Because they've done this before, because we've seen this before and this and this.
And then about, what would you say, about halfway through it?
Halfway.
7 of Karen?
Karen of 9.
Karen of 9. She...
Only competent officer in the whole show.
Yeah, and they're setting this
her
up.
Her and LaForge's daughter are the only competent people.
They're setting this up as a backdoor pilot for her.
Yeah.
Her and
LaForge's kid, right?
And Jack Crusher.
Ugh, Jack Crusher's awful.
They're setting this up as she's going to take command of the Titan by the end of this. But they're saying, she is in the corridor. The changeling fires a shot at her, or whatever. I think there's a confrontation, and then she shoots the changeling. He turns into ooze and disappears into a Jeffrey's tube or something like that, or to a conduit. What happened to computer erect a level 2 force field on deck 10, corridor 5, sections 35 through 37? You could have contained him there.
Surely she's encountered gelatinous species as a Borg, right? Surely she could... I guess you wouldn't expect him to escape through the freaking... the side panels, I guess. But... So he kind of oozes through the side panels.
Yeah.
I guess they needed a reason to make her useful.
Send an electric charge. Send an electric charge through the panel. Would flush them out, or what? Do whatever. There's ways around it. There's ways to write yourself around it. See, this is where the South Park, the technique when they talk about comes into play. We say 7 of 9 shoots at the changeling. However, he turns into a gelatinous goo and escape, and which allows him to escape through the panel.
Well, at least and even if he's going to escape through the panel, right? Even if he's going to escape through the panel, she could still try and erect a force field, and then the computer would say, "Power's down for that." Power
down.
Power
insufficient power to deck 10.
Something, Give something. I don't know. Maybe she know, or maybe because she knew. Maybe that's why, because she knew there was enough power.
We'll give them up. I'm not willing to accept that as reason. The writers of Picard really haven't done their homework. No, they haven't. No, this is Star Trek, written by
copy and paste Star Trek.
Copy and paste, written by people who say, I watched a lot of Star Trek. And so I'm going to take a crack at writing it, but it's still just their best fan fiction. They're still just lifting parts from other episodes. There's parts lifted from Voyager. There's parts lifted from Deep Space Nine. There's parts lifted from Wrath of Khan. There's parts lifted from TNG episodes, from several TNG episodes.
See, the Dr. Crusher stuff is just her looking. Her just looking.
Stares.
Like, she doesn't have anything to do until 40 minutes through,
where she's
the one who finally figures out it's giving birth.
Yeah, there's contraptions or something.
It's very fanfic.
You might as well have Beavis that's contraptions.
Those contraptions.
Oh, whoa, Beavis, are you pregnant or something?
Beverly had to remind them, okay.
Yes, Bob Valley.
It took her that long to say, hey. Oh, we're just gonna not. Maybe we don't give up and die. I just how quick they were to give up and die was laughable. I'm like, all right, I think I'm out. And I went down to make lunch, and we came back up, and I'm like, fine, let's see if they decide to live. We were only 7 or 12 minutes in, or half an hour, or whatever the hell we were, and it didn't get really much better. It took them way too long to stop giving up and dying, because you have this whole speech on the holodeck, because they don't have power for anything, but let's fire up.
But they have enough power in the holodeck.
Well, pretend this is on the holodeck with this guy and Picard sitting there at fake 10 forward from what's her nuts
Guinan's bar. Whatever.
Fake Guinan, man-hating SJW.
They did manage to
BLM Guinan, Antifa Guinan.
They did manage to sneak some product placement into there. There was a bottle of Jameson sitting on
If
the bar.
anybody wants to donate a bottle of Jameson, we have Streamlabs, we have Super Chats, yes. We have Super Thanks.
I could use some Jameson right about now.
You know, here, let's do a pitch. Let's do the pitch. Do I have a commercial? Here's a pitch.
The following video is brought to you through the generous support of viewers like you. If you like this content, then please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And for those who are in the position to donate, this channel thanks you. And so does this orange cat.
That's our clock right there I'm pointing to.
Yes, the orange cat thanks you.
He's so cute. He's such a good boy. He goes, purr, purr, purr. He's more of a tribble than anything.
And he goes,
yeah, bad as it is, the best new Trek I've seen in years, sadly. And that's what you got. Perfect,
yeah,
Bob Valley.
That's
Perfect.
That's actually
perfectly summed up.
Yeah.
Perfectly summed up.
When you've been fed this much crap for this long,
it's a cracker.
It's Eddie Murphy's cracker.
It's Eddie Murphy's cracker. Well, I mean, I think, can I say, like, I hate Strange New Worlds less than this, because it seems like they're, I don't know, at least trying a little bit more.
They're trying. They're trying. This we have to have Picard go on a strong note.
So they have this holodeck scene.
Okay, now, can I just say for a second? I do like, if he was a different character.
Yeah. He'd be okay in Star Trek, yeah.
I think he's a very kind of Star Trek kind of actor.
Yeah, he's got a good Star Trek look to him.
Yeah, very kind of classic square jawed, kind of rugged looks. Very kind of handsome, kind of Starfleety guy. But he's dragged down by being Picard's son.
Yeah,
or at least
you really shouldn't.
Or we think he's Picard's son.
Well, and here's the thing. Okay, so Picard's sitting there telling this whole flashback story of how. Well, where did the flashback story come from? Is he remembering?
He's remembering when
he met Picard.
No, he's remembering the time at the academy when he was just relaxed. No, he wasn't at the academy. He was at a bar, I think near Starfleet Academy.
Yeah. Old man Picard was at 10 Forward or something. 10 Forward.
And a bunch of them came in.
A bunch of these cadets came in, and he starts talking about...
Oh, I'm not very good at telling stories, Yeah.
But
I will tell you this one in great detail.
Yeah. So he tells the story in great detail, and yada, 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 and Starfleet's the only family I ever needed.
So that was...
Meanwhile, his stupid kid's there in the background listening in.
So that was that time I was on Risa, and we were nude sunbathing. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that one.
Yeah. So he's telling a story not knowing he has a family member there, not knowing any of this stuff. And so they're having this whole heart-to-heart conversation on the holodeck about how, hey, why didn't you ever come and see me? Perhaps I needed you. And then we get the flashback, not realizing that, so he overheard the Picard tell a bunch of strangers to stay with Starfleet out of context because he's, today people taking a tweet out of context because he's autistic or something. Not realizing that Picard's saying that Starfleet's the only family he needed to a bunch of cadets who are just now getting ready to spend the rest of their lives in Starfleet. Might not be necessarily about him. Right. This is the type of stuff that really, really bugs the crap out of me with these sort of storylines. I don't care if it's good, they lost me already. Yeah, and that's the other thing. How many people did they lose already? It's like the only good of this is just gonna be making clips for What the Dub, I think. But no, so they have this holiday, so they've turned down all the power, make a huge deal of having no power. They're in this nebula that's crushing them. Every 7 minutes or something? Every 7 seconds.
So often, yeah, they get a wave of energy.
Yeah, that crushes them. So you think they're getting compressed like a submarine. So you think it's like that. So they're setting it up like it's one of those submarine movies. And but Beverly figures out it's contractions from the alien nebula thing that's given birth to space to Farpoint squid babies.
Yeah, it's contraptions.
Because of course they're giving birth to this Farpoint squid babies because copy and paste Star Trek. But they have no power anywhere in the ship except the holodeck, which has its own little power thing, just for occasions where people need to give up and have a little gathering. I don't know. You think that would be so anti-Star Trek when everybody's like, no, there are no no-win situations. We always give up. Or we never just give up. We're fighting till the end. There is nothing where we're just going to give up and run out of oxygen. We'll find some freaking way. Just everything about this, every excuse they make, like, but this wouldn't happen, and this wouldn't happen because this wouldn't happen because this wouldn't happen.
No, it's like I said, it's trying its hardest to be Star Trek.
Yeah.
And there are some Star Trek moments.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it's like finding the one blue M&M.
Yeah.
And the sea of brown ones.
Yeah. But every Star Trek moment that's there, we've seen before and better. Yeah. When the captain comes in, the captain Beardy Boy, whatever his name is, he comes down and he's like, hey, I want to hang out with you guys in our little moment of desperation. And I'm going to tell you off because I don't know why, even though him and Seven are on some secret mission to find a changeling, because the changelings, for some reason, are behind all this. So I'm guessing the changelings probably impersonated him. So it's not even him that Amanda Plummer's after. It's the changeling probably. I don't know.
Who
cares?
Who cares? Makes sense.
So they have this exception where they have the secret power supply for a holodeck for people to give up and die, because Star Trek is give up and die now. Where the captain comes in and basically gives Picard the exact same speech Sisko gave him, only longer and worse. Actually, longer and worse and more bitchy and more whiny.
Sisko was more to the point.
Sisko was to the point, and he didn't let him hold it back. He said, I'm here. I'm going to be a damn professional. I'm not going to break down and cry like a whiny little bitch like Captain Beard Boy here. I'm going to do my job. Just remember, I know who the fuck you are, Picard. You're Locutus of Borg. You killed my wife. We're not cool. Do you understand me? And because he was Sisko, he that was the point he conveyed with a look. All right? Just with a look, just with a line. That's what he said, pretty much. This guy whines and moans and says, I don't know, we had 10,000 people that you killed, Locutus, and they had a name for you. You were such good at killing people, you had a name for you. So he's like freaking PTSD, revenge, the captain here. Let's see if we can find a picture of him just randomly in the Twitter threads. Captain Beard Boy, this guy. So he's like super
I don't know.
Revengey. He's like, you kill. Oh, and he's got this survivor guilt because he was in engineering. He was just a low level guy, and they had just enough people to survive. Where a lieutenant came down and just picked him at random, and he was number 10 out of the 10 people that they could save. And he's got all this survivor guilt, and he's crazy, and he hasn't blown his brains out since. I hate this type of Star Trek. I hate this PTSD. I want you progress as a human, where you have a Deanna Troi on a starship, where you kind of go through that, so you don't end up like this.
Yeah, it's
wouldn't have he been on wouldn't he have gone through and so he would be more like Sisko and able to kind of deal with that in a more productive manner. Rather than going around with this hatred of Borg and this prejudice. Because you see, that's where he gets his hatred of Seven from. But I just hate these type of characters in Star Trek. I really, really, really do. Because this is trying too hard to make something that it's not. Again, you're taking all of these points that we've already seen of Star Trek episodes, and then like adding all of this false, well, what if we break this character this way? What if somebody isn't so? Yeah, but I don't want to see that. I want to see the characters that are so. I want to see the characters that aren't so broken. I want to see the characters that aren't so up their own butts. I want to see the characters that aren't making mistakes in their 40s that they wouldn't have made in their 20s. And yeah, he's a very uncaptain-y captain. Well, he was okay in the beginning. He's a very hard-ass captain, but at the same time, he would have never been captain. He would have had too much PTSD. He wouldn't have passed the psych eval.
Your psychological profile says that
you've never gotten over it. Yeah.
Despite your qualifications, he would
have never been recommended.
We can't.
This is like literally everybody in Discovery, being promoted who shouldn't be. This is literally the world that Star Trek isn't. You don't have people who advance without merit.
Everybody's got some trauma.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the changeling. Yeah, Razvan brings up a good point. The changelings look like an uncooked meatloaf.
They do. They do. Ew, they did.
They're not very liquidy. They're more like meaty. Yeah. Which is kind of gross.
Yeah, they look like Jello and they're yucky. So I mean, there's had they started with this. Yeah, spoiler, drops the F-bomb. Do we have this? Can we hear this?
Oh, that's Boa Trek. I can't remember who that guy is.
10 fucking grueling hours.
That's how long it takes to watch this. Yeah. And that's their little holodeck that they're not supposed to have any. This is their give up and die holodeck.
Yeah. The irony is that Picard is actually 10 hours because it's 10 episodes.
Star Trek 2023. Yeah, and like they're just gaslighting people by saying this is what it should have been. This is the exact same thing it has been. This is no different to me. You just got more of the same Trek people back that I used to know. Worf was only in one episode.
This is not. Listen, I don't.
Where's Geordi? Where's Worf and Geordi?
I don't want to say this is completely bad. Okay.
No, it's not completely terrible, but I'm judging it too harshly because I still have to knock this down a couple of pegs because I'm judging Return to Green Acres on Star Trek merit, right? This is Return to Green Acres. This is no more than Return to Green Acres. Bad me for judging it on anything other than Return to Green Acres merit.
The good parts are good, but at the same time, it's still in this sort of...
We've seen it before.
Yeah,
here, let me let you... I'm going to interrupt you too much fun.
Well, this is my stream now?
Yeah. No, you sit there because I don't want to interrupt you too much. I keep interrupting you.
I have to go this way.
Oh, you got to get up that way.
It's better for me to walk around than to try to walk around the screen from there.
Or take the screen down.
Hi, everybody. Wow. Hi, everybody. I'm here. I'm queer. Get used to it.
No, you're
not really.
No, you're not.
Hi, everybody. Oh, I thought that said beans. That thing, that hat. So, yeah. So, how is everybody? Am I full of beans? Am I full of bean burritos? If I was full of beans, they'd be eating burritos. So, anyways, the idea here is, okay, so what we have here is, all right, so now, they find...
The F-bomb.
The F-bomb was very off-putting. So, okay, about what? About, would you say about half, like 3/4 of the way, 2/3 of the way through the episode, they finally figure out that there's an alien space baby that is giving off these energy waves as contractions.
Did someone say alien space baby?
Mama, dada, poo poo, chihuahua. But anyway, hello, piggy. So they formulate a plan, and Riker's still resistant to it. And there's this big speech about how we all have to trust each other, engage, and they harken back to that episode where Picard's in the shuttle guiding the Enterprise through the anomaly field. Remember there was the anomalies that would, there was that. I can't remember the episode, but there was an episode where Picard had to get into a shuttle. There were all these gravimetric anomalies that would cause weird things to happen around the Enterprise. Mm-hmm. And one of them actually caused a crewman to sink halfway through the bulkhead. Yeah. Yeah. And remember, looks like we have a poltergeist. Sir? A mischievous spirit. Sir. It's just... Okay, so they reenact that. They reenact that scene. They get ready to do that. They open up the nacelles. The changeling comes into the engineering, and they figure out it's the changeling. Boom, changeling's dead. Now it's a fried meatloaf, which I had for lunch this afternoon, which is delicious, by the way.
That's that Ritz meatloaf that Clown World got ratioed.
All right, not to get too distracted, but the Ritz meatloaf. My face is getting fat, isn't it?
Yeah, we gotta do more pokey walks and less weed runs.
So, okay, the one thing I would get rid of, I would get rid of the cheese, and maybe put some bacon on the outside of it.
Maybe, yeah.
So
and make it smaller.
Make it smaller.
2 pounds.
Too much. We still have a lot planned for. We digress on the meatloaf talk. This is meatloaf talk with Rob. Okay, so they open up the nacelle. They figure out they open the cells, and they're going to try to ride those gravimetric waves, which are the contractions, out of the nebula.
Contraptions. Contraptions.
I got contraptions. All right. That's
So
a good
listen up,
Worf.
Beavis and Butthead.
That's a good Worf impression, sir. That's kind of. So he has. So they get ready. They take away. They take all power, funnel it to the thrusters or whatever. So the contraption comes. They ride the wave. The Shrike is there.
She cuts off her own hand and starts talking to it because it turns into a face.
They grab hold of an asteroid, and with the tractor beam. Where they get the spare power from? When I thought they were out, I have no idea. And they fling. Well, they were recharging at the time because the gravimetric waves would recharge the power to the Titan. It's the Enterprise. Just call it the freaking Enterprise, please. It looks exactly like the Titan is really an Ares class ship, okay, with the saucer section and the cells on the bottom or whatever it is, whatever. Okay, that's not important right now. So they take it and they fling the asteroid at the Shrikey there or whatever, and oh my God, probably Scott, sending it on, Frau Bissner is ticked off, and oh my God, she's upset. They're gonna get me. They're gonna kill me. Whatever. They escape. The big emotional moments, and then we find out that this Joker here, this Joker here, where is it? My hand. This Joker here, that he's got some sort of PTSD. Oh, he's got to pick his nose. See that?
Make him bigger.
Yeah. Hold still a second so you can. So, and now a man with a tape recorder up his nose. Now 2 tape recorders up his nose. So up his nose it goes. Up his nose.
Let's light it up better.
So. There you go.
There you go.
That's a filthy habit there, Jack.
No,
Who says
you can go further? That's where it'll cut off.
See who? See who says you can't? You can pick
modern day Star Trek.
Yes, this is modern day. This is funnier.
That's modern day Star Trek.
See, got my finger up there, pretty deep.
That might as well be.
Who says you can't pick your friend's nose?
That's what they're doing. So they're sitting around picking their noses, waiting to die. They're literally waiting to die. That's way funnier than it should be.
Oh God, this is where my life is. This is where
they did it. Well, they're the ones sitting around waiting to die, picking their nose anyway. Maybe if they had wanted to live.
There you go.
That's what you get for wanting to die.
There you go.
That's what you get. And that's our review of modern day Star Trek.
How far does those rabbit nose go?
Here. Pull something out of his nose. Here, pull it.
Hold on. Wait. I got it. Hold on, wait. Hold still there, Jack. Hold still there, Jack. Hold still.
Pull this out of his nose.
Hold on. Look. It's a quarter. He's got a quarter up his nose. Hold on. Look, my whole arm's up there. Look. It's a what is this? It's a vape thing.
It's a weed pen.
What else do we got here? Hold on, Jack. Ready? So.
God.
Oh look! There's a guitar tuner up his nose. Look. Hold on. What else we got here?
He's got Baby Yoda up his nose.
Look. Hold on. Ready? Look. There's the scissors. He's got his scissors up his nose. What? You got a whole pharmacy up there, Jack. What? That's a disgusting habit. You knock it off, young man. And they said he's 24. They said he's 24. So what happened to the hair? He said he's 24. So yeah, he's 24.
What else does he have up his nose?
Oh look! Hold on a second. He's got glitter up his nose. So that's so British. Anthony Way. It's the headspace, the final frontier. These are the voyages inside of Jack's head. Yeah, why couldn't they say he was 34? Did they say he was 24, right?
Yeah, he's 24.
Oh, look. Yeah. He's got the dildo sonic screwdriver dildo. So
ribbed for his mother's pleasure.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Everybody has PTSD. Everybody has some kind of tragic backstory. Everybody has some sort of secret. Everybody has some. It's all this.
It's ridiculous.
Nobody can just be a dedicated crewman anymore. Nobody can be
normal.
Nobody can. Well, normal. There's degrees of normal, but nobody can be dedicated crewman. Nobody can be just sworn to duty. Nobody can just believe in what the Federation represents.
Nobody can be competent.
Nobody can be competent. Nobody can just be doing things because it's morally the right thing to do. Everybody has some sort of. Seven kind of does, and then and I've read this in other places.
Riker has her go and
cat hair.
Riker has her go kind of off duty and investigate the changelings. So
plot twist, they're all changelings. I wouldn't put it past them. Right. Everybody. This is J.J. Abrams' mystery box writing 101.
Yeah.
Like I said, everything's a mystery. What is PTSD? Mystery box.
Right.
You know, this guy, his son, mystery box. Why are they chasing the Titan? The Titan slash mystery box. Who cares? It's going to be the Jack is a changeling, or the Jack changeling is the one that they're after. There's a difference between. Now listen, there's a difference, and this is. I'm gonna pull out the James Bond card here for a second. In Goldfinger, you have sort of a natural progression to the story. You have this sort of, why is the future so reddish? I don't know. But you have, in Goldfinger, you have sort of the natural progression of the story. Auric Goldfinger is buying up. He's got his huge gold repository. He gets people together. This is our plan. This is my plan. We are going to irradiate the gold. We're going to rob Fort Knox. But there's the twist. Okay, the twist is he's not going to rob Fort Knox. He's going to irradiate the gold there, rendering it useless, and then increase the value of his own gold supply. Okay, listen, there's sort of a natural A to B to C to D. Okay. I don't know when this mystery box, M. Night Shyamalan twist thing started, but it gets kind of tiresome. Because we've seen so much of it, and we're seeing this here. Everything's a mystery box. Everybody's a dark secret. Everybody's hiding something. Nobody trusts each other. I'm like, no. And there's a big speech about trust and everything later on. It's a twist. Yeah, it's a twist. It's a plot twist. They did a whole thing on Letterman one time, and tonight, all show long, we're going to be doing plot twists.
Right.
It's at a point, like you said, where Letterman would openly mock the kind of thing. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your drink. It's poison. That kind of thing. Is Picard's son gay or trans, or is overshadowed by a strong POC woman? Is the bad guy in the series the Orange Man? I don't know. The bad guy in the series looks like. I don't know. I don't know who the bad guy is in the series. The ultimate big bad is in the series.
It's the plumber, isn't it?
The guy he was talking to. Lord Xenu, or whatever it is. I don't know.
Looks like a demon.
Jack, we match the speed with the wave and use the energy drawn from it. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. We hightail it out of the nebula. Away from the gravity well. Away from that ship out there. Our new friends, the space babies. Away from our new friends, the space babies. Yeah. Oh, Jack, that's his. Oh, he's got a piercing like no more. He's got a piercing like no more. Yeah.
That's more fun than anything. Anything for the optical illusion.
They're shit. This is all a backdoor pilot to give Jerry Ryan her own series too.
I mean, she's not so terrible in it, but at the same time, I mean, she was such a piece of crap in the first 2 seasons.
Give me the tricorder. Give me the tricorder. Give me the tricorder.
Karen of 9.
7 of Karen.
7 of Karen. I'm coming out. See, now I'm coming out of his nose, Rob.
Up his nose it goes. Doctor, jokes I don't need. What I need is you get. I know I'm a little boy. Hi, me. He's biscuit.
Will Wheaton will be the big bad. Yeah.
So we've been going. We've been live.
We were talking, like, wouldn't Picard, of all people, like, call Beverly over the years, especially after Wesley went away with, like, her only son got frolicked, whisked away by the Traveler, right? She bugs off to nowhere. Nobody, like, Deanna didn't go and check on her. Nobody. She didn't make any friends. She just up and left everybody.
She just like.
And nobody said, "How's Beverly?" Nobody's heard from her. Nobody said, "Hey, Beverly, Dr. Crusher has a kid now. She was pregnant."
John Costello, I hope.
I don't know.
I hope. Wait a minute. If he's 20, that means she would have had a kid. That would have been in her 50s.
Yeah, that's a little past her fertile years, but you know, maybe medical advancements. I can give him a decade on fertility. Maybe. I heard
of Adrienne Barbeau, the actress, had a baby at 54. But I'm like,
yeah. So I'm like,
but it's possible. It's not. It's dangerous.
Well, she's a doctor though, so if anybody can help, and if anybody knows what to do, it's her. So absolutely, I can believe that she would have a kid. I just don't believe she would keep it from everybody.
Sean.
Nurse O'Gala, she would have fucking said something to. Like, she would have said something to somebody.
Beverly, you're showing.
Yeah.
She had the entire season where she wore the overcoat.
Yeah.
She was pregnant.
She was pregnant in real life.
She was pregnant, yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, it's not that implausible for her to be pregnant at that age, but. It's a little. I mean, she's a little advanced. Like my issue more is with her making mistakes in her mid-40s. So if she's the age I was last year when she had him, or is supposed to have had him, would I be making the same mistakes?
Oh God.
That I would make in my 20s, or worse mistakes than my 20s.
This is what this show is doing to me.
I don't think most women would. You're not making mistakes a 20-year-old does.
This is what this show is doing to me. Oh dear God! Yes, see, this is. It's making my eyes bloodshot. See that? This is what this show is doing to me. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, she could have gotten pregnant, but like that nobody would have seen her ever. That no crew member she would have worked with ever would have seen her run into her ever at some point.
Unless she like went somewhere completely off the grid. Which is I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah, I know. Did the math. She got okay, and now they're saying she was 56. But I was just saying for the show's sake, for the sake of the show.
Let's just say to make the show work.
Yeah.
Let's just say to make the show work, she would have to be in her late 40s, early 50s. Let's just we give it a 5.
Yeah, we're going by the age of the actress.
We're giving it a 5-year window either way.
Yeah,
okay.
We're going by the age of the actress when the show ended. So. That's how old we got Beverly by how old Gates McFadden was.
Gates McFadden is 73.
Yeah, she's 73 now, so 30 years ago, she would have been 43.
Maybe they should make her look younger so we can pretend. You know, that's the other thing too.
That's another thing.
That's the other thing too. The lighting is terrible and makes her look old. Makes everyone look older. The lighting is terrible. It makes everyone look older. I mean, They make Patrick Stewart look older, and he sounds more. He doesn't sound that decrepit when you listen to him in an interview.
Usually, yeah. I just have so many issues with this that we're getting more of the same.
I know when she left the Enterprise to head up Starfleet Medical.
Yeah. So if she went back to Starfleet Medical, even. like nobody would have ever run into her anywhere.
My thing is,
like I said, they told each other they were friends. They were friends at the academy. They were friends for years. They've been friends for the better. They've known each other for the better part of 50 years. Jean-Luc Picard was the one that brought her husband's body, Jack Crusher, back from what killed Jack Crusher. Do you remember?
Oh God, I don't remember.
Anybody remember what killed Jack Crusher? He died in some kind of accident or something.
He died in something, and Picard couldn't save him, or
yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But she trusted him enough to bring his body back. He's like, it's my duty to bring her back. I
think the real question is, when are you gonna get me a terrace fountain room over at Aria or Cosmo? To make up for that room that fat dumb fuck got to enjoy.
His death was never specified.
What was I gonna look up? I was gonna look up something. I forget what it was.
But anyway, regardless of what killed Jack Crusher, the original Jack Crusher, OG Jack Crusher, they've known each other forever. They're not the type of people to keep secrets from, and it makes sense that he would want to check in on her every once in a while, and she would want to check in on him. Jilled by some locals on a planet.
I think so.
Beverly, yeah. Beverly, I called to see how you're doing. Maybe Jack Crusher can come back as a robot. Or is that what they've done? I don't know. That whole thing at the end, that PTSD, the flashback with the red in the background, I don't know what that was about. They're setting up another mystery box. They are setting up yet another mystery box, and I'm like, mother freaker. It's just like if listen, okay, now I'm going to sound extra cynical. Everyone's loving this. Everyone loves this. Everyone loves this. Did they see the whole series? Everyone who loves it? Or did they see like 8 episodes or whatever?
I don't know.
Because
there were some episodes. What
was that?
The fur.
Well, I shaved
cat
it.
hair.
I shaved.
No, it's cat hair.
Cat hair.
Cat hair.
I need an electric razor.
No, it was a white cat hair.
Okay, well, anyway. But what they're doing is that, like I said, the whole thing about the mystery box, eventually you become numb to it. It's not a surprise anymore. So they're making the Lost mistake. Everything, even though Alex is in charge. Yeah, because that's all anybody knows how to do anymore is write a mystery box. They don't know how to write a compelling A to B to C plot. I mean, they don't know, like I said, and all the character motivations are because they are hiding something. They're hiding something. Oh, we're gonna hide it. Yeah, set up too many subplots. Yeah, they're setting up too many subplots. And the other thing too is, like I said, somebody would have checked in on Beverly. Somebody would have checked in on Jean. They would have checked in on each other just to see how they were doing. Spend the holidays or their birthday or whatever together. Spend New Year's. It's New Year's. It's Bunta Eve or whatever it is. Dave Cullen saw the whole season. His non-spoiler reaction. My money is on Wesley Crusher. Then at the end, we're just supposed to shrug and carry. It's ending week. Doesn't make sense. They're probably gonna kill Picard. Do you think they're gonna kill Picard? They're probably gonna kill him again.
I hope so.
It's impossible. Again, why can't you just have him ride off into the sunset? Yeah, they're setting up Jerry Ryan and this guy and Nosy McPickerson here to have a show themselves. Star Trek Legacy. Just stop it already. Star Trek needs an autopsy, and Andrew Helm said it also needs a burial. Star Trek, if you're just all these course corrections, you just try. Okay, well, let's try this. Just try that. It's sort of it's the Fred Flintstone trying to fix a pipe thing. I could fix that. Fred, call a plumber. No, I can fix that. Give me an ice pick. He's got ice picks and forks and spatulas and knives and everything. Yeah, Fred, you got to call a plumber. And then it explodes, and it's a bigger mess. And if you just try to say stop, let's figure out what's wrong, and then fix it, then you can just go forward from there. If I were running this business, if I were running this bitch, I would say, all right, you know what? Hold on. Everyone just stop for a minute, okay? This is what we've done, okay? This is what's wrong with what we've done. by actually introducing a new series or whatever, you're just going to be with the same people in charge. You're just going to be repeating a lot of the same mistakes. So let's take a break. Let's figure out what we're going to do. And then we're going to come back and we're going to throw out some new ideas. We're going to throw out some ideas and we're going to see if we can put together something new and original and fresh and something different than what we're doing. But no, they're not doing that. They're just, like I said, Alex Kurtzman just threw everything at the wall as a way to have job security. Well, you can't cancel us now. I have all these series in production. We have the stages rented. You can't. I mean, everything's in the works now. You can't cancel me now. You can't cancel my show now. Like I said, there was all his way. All these Star Trek series. Oh, we had the most Star Trek ever. There was all Alex Kurtzman job security. That was all him just trying to maintain his job because he would have been fired. His ass would have been fired a long time ago if all this stuff wasn't already in the pipeline. And CBS All Access needed content. So, I don't know. I haven't got much more to say than that. But like I said, I really dread this. This is going. I am waiting for this to fall off a cliff. Usually on episode 4 or 5, right? That falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
I'm fully expecting next episode to take the plunge. I mean, because something is going to happen. So, I don't care who reviewed it, who said it's good. Something is going to happen to make me say, "Oh dear God, you must be kidding me."
They're liking it because they're liking what they've seen before, which is good. You know, the parts that are good are good.
Yeah.
The problem is the parts that are bad are the more of the same things that have a problem with that. It's like I can just watch those good parts on real Star Trek from, the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I can just go rewatch Wrath of Khan if I want to. I can just go rewatch Voyager. I should probably bring those up and put them on the shelf behind me.
Yeah. And it's still it's also and it is still actually written for network television because you can tell where they're supposed to be inserting commercial breaks.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they believe that this is going to be shown somewhere.
It'll be shown at like 2 a.m. on what used to be UPN, which is now whatever the hell it is.
It's Channel 9 in New York.
Yeah, it's Channel 21 in wherever.
WWOR out of Secaucus.
Yeah, in Denver, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it's whatever UPN or WB used to be. It'll be on the syndication channels at 1 a.m, really late, like with Stargate. When they put the reruns of that, they want to put just enough out there to have something. That they can sell it all as a package.
There's only 30 episodes.
Yeah, but they can sell them all as a package.
They can sell a weekend syndication.
Yeah, they can sell them all as a package. They'll sell them to the Sci-Fi Channel. They'll re-air them on the Sci-Fi Channel in a couple of years, like they did Enterprise. Actually,
3+, a Swiss private FTA FTA channel, TV channel, is showing Star Trek TP at prime time at 8:15 for Non-Civilized World. Well, it just takes me a minute to do the conversion. Yeah. Free to air TV channel. Oh, okay. Well, we call it over the air.
Yeah, or syndicated.
In America, syndicated, wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would probably be UHF channel back over here if that still kind of exists. UHF.
Do you want to spend a night in the castle?
What?
Do you want to spend a night in the castle for $19?
Where?
Excalibur.
Maybe.
Or the pyramid.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Black Shaggy should be in the show. Black Shaggy makes everything better. Black Shaggy's Yeah,
they got like $19 nights and 1 night free.
Plus resort fees.
Yeah, the resort fees are like $40 or something for 2 nights. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
That's like $100 for 2
All
nights.
if you get Sting. So anyway. CBS's digital section. All right, here's an icons. All right, make a mistake of broadcasting. Star Trek Picard there. All right. Well, I'm. It's an hour. We're closing in an hour. We gotta.
I don't have any texts yet, so I'm waiting until I get a text.
Yeah.
And he's ready. So I'm not even late yet.
Okay, so that's that.
I'm not even late yet. Don't even worry about it.
I got cut shaving, so right here.
What?
I got cut shaving.
How'd you do that?
It happens. I got a thick beard. I'm like Zabu. I have my beard. I'm the Zabu of beards.
So.
And you're obsessed with food for you.
Food for me.
These are the little boils.
Seriously, the cat. I was washing the window, and the cat pokes his head up, and then he looks at me washing the window, and his head starts going.
I had to wash the insides because they got their little nosy prints on them from where they're sniffing at the other cat. And now we noticed the cat outside, the neighbor cat, he's got little claw marks on the outside.
Little scratchies, yeah.
Because they're trying to... So the outside cat notices, like, he'll be sitting there while our cats will get treats. And he'll be outside, he'll be looking in, can I have tweets too? Can I have some tweets? And they'll be like, no, you go away. You don't live here. You live next door. But Zombie's like, yeah, you can have a tweet. You can be my friend. But Naranja's like, no, you don't live here.
Will I binge Picard to check if it is bad as I remember? Oh, it's bad. I know it's bad. I know it's bad. I wonder when they're supposed to get the Warm Fuzzies gang get back together. Probably not. They're probably waiting to the end, the last episode. His Worf Ratley's guru. I don't know. That's Raffi. Yeah, Raffi's terrible.
And he was only in one episode. Now he's gone. Mm-hmm. Worf. When he chop a head off of a Ferengi and stuff instead of... Oh yeah, I'm a reformed warrior, chops a head. The fuck? So the rest of it's going to be, what, getting the band back together?
Probably.
Yeah, so they had half of it with these people. It's like 2 movies. It's like they have 2 movies that they pitched. That's what this really is. This is just 2 movies of Star Trek. That was movie A. This is the sequel to it. Oh my god, these are just 2 of the dumb movies. These are just more next gen movies.
Yeah, they're no ruining of Quark.
I'm glad we didn't get DS9 and Voyager movies. I'm really sad Seven's mixed up in this crap. I really am.
Yeah, Mom.
I don't know. It's like we know that they can't give us any better.
This is as good. This is as good as it's gonna get. This is as good as it's gonna get. This is as good as it will get.
Yeah, and it's like we knew it wouldn't get any better. We knew it would get. We knew it would be about the same. They'll get Jake Sisko instead of Wesley. It would make more sense if it were Jake Sisko who were in command of something. But he went off to be a writer, so he didn't want to be a starship captain. Didn't he? He went off to...
No, he went off to write or something or whatever.
Or in
be
my
a
head
poet or whatever.
In my head he did. He had a nice happy life that didn't involve Starfleet or being vengeful. Jake Sisko...
It's always Star Trek Corps of Engineers. That could be made into a series. 25% difference. They could do anything. He
became a thespian.
They could do anything. They could really do a lot. There's a lot they could do. There's a lot they could do.
I'll trade you.
Without having to do the difference, 25% difference. I mean, there really is a lot.
There's a lot, and they don't.
But it requires good writing, which they don't have.
It's like this all reminds me of the stuff that you'd see floating around. Like somebody be like, "Oh, did you read this fanfic thing? Did you read this online? Somebody wrote a sequel to Star Trek," and it's like. But they went over and they ended up in a nebula and they ended up being birthed like the Farpoint babies, like the Farpoint squid baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like they took all these things of Star Trek and they fed it into an AI and that spat out Star Trek's greatest hits. It's like they've been taking notes of what do people like about Star Trek. Mm-hmm. You know? Well, we liked Wrath of Khan. We liked, this or that or whatever. Name some points that you've said you liked that you see in this.
The part from Farpoint. Actually, there's the part from Voyager, where they ride the wave out of the shock wave. There's the part from. But we liked it already in the other things. I guess is the best
way we're trying to go with this, you know?
I mean, geez. I mean, it's.
Star Trek Chat GTP, yeah. Yeah. It's like yeah, I liked it last time when we saw it before. You know?
I mean,
this reminds me of the Siskel and Ebert critic episode when they're just talking about how when they liked it before.
This is just a rip-off of Affair to Remember.
Which wasn't that good of a movie to begin with.
Which wasn't that good a movie to begin with.
And it's depressing because everybody's praising the F out of this. It's like, did they know I wasn't gonna... Is that why I didn't get a free copy? Is that why I didn't get access to it?
Maybe.
Like, I wasn't gonna just be fooled by, like, I'm not an NPC. I don't get hypnotized.
Maybe.
I don't just say, oh, look, it's good because it reminds me of this. I'm one of those people who really complain. But then again, you hear the Red Letter Media review from the episode 1, and they really liked all the member berries, so. Well, Mike did. What did Rich say? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember this show. It just is in one ear and out the other for a lot of it.
Multimedia reviews 5 and 6 blow your mind. Reviews 5 and 6. Ultimate multimedia reviews 5 and 6 will blow your mind. Oh,
how?
How?
This is awful.
How? It's.
This is
I
awful.
don't
Here,
like.
Let me take the chair back.
I don't like it to begin with.
Will you bring me another Mountain Dew here? Pretty, please. Thank you from downstairs. I'm gonna take the chair back. I don't know how when it's bad now. Like this is I look at this and I'm like, this is literally just everything I've seen already. This is literally everything I've seen. I like Beverly more when she was this cool doctor, Beverly not an assault commando. Yeah. Oh, and the best part is you can't even see what he says here. Here, I was trying to get Rob to show this. They still have the swearing. They still have, for people just tuning in, I stole this off of Twitter.
10 fucking grueling hours.
Yeah. So that's what we've been resting on here. With things coming in and out of his nose. Yeah. It's one of these. That sums up the episode. How are they going to blow my mind? She wonders. Knowing it won't. Captain Shaw. Oh, it's Captain Shaw in the thing. That was the hat, Rob. The hat was Captain Shaw. My issue with modern day Star Trek.
The bowling ball has risen.
Does he want food?
I don't know. He's looking at me. He's looking at his chops.
Yeah, probably.
Here. Some pizza.
That's deep. Anyone want to buy me a deep dish? We got what? Who we got? Lou Maladi's? We got
I don't know.
Giordano's. Who we got? I think the big channels that are praising this season Picard are being exposed for the shows that they always are. Nerdrotic or Access Media. We know that. They just want any celebrity or anybody with celebrity connections. I mean, like even people whose biggest connection is being somebody who failed off of being an intern with Conan and has to pander to the Kevin Sorbo sort of crowds. Like that's really it. I don't really try and get celebrities on my channel. Like if there are celebrities that do want to be on my channel and want to contact me, I'm probably pissed them off already. So, but that's the thing. Like I'm not somebody who is trying for that. So I usually don't watch what I say. Just in case, I usually go unfiltered. I usually kind of run my mouth, and I get canceled for it quite a bit. When you used to crap something decent to become something amazing. Yeah. I don't even know if it's like decent because, like I said, we've seen all this before. Used to think Critical Drinker was better than me, Access Media, but for fuck's sake, he had Terry up on a live stream. Critical Drinker is literally a professional writer using a YouTube channel as a marketing tool. That's like Stephen King or, you know, somebody, maybe not somebody like that famous, but he's like an actual, pretty much everybody on YouTube except for me, I guess, are somebody, except for me and Angry Joe, apparently, because we didn't get, either one of us got review copies, apparently, I don't think he did, from what I'm hearing. But I got Terry Matalis in my DMs. And his issue with me was that I saw Beverly had a pump gun, or a gun. He's like, oh yeah, you're the one who had a problem with Beverly having a gun. And then he stopped DMing me, right? So I could have probably got a review copy if I had kissed butt or something. I don't know. But I think maybe by the time he realized who I wasn't going to get one anyway. So that was the story. And then he blocked me on Twitter after following me just to DM me. Because I have my DMs closed to anybody who I don't follow, who doesn't follow me back. So I have to, like I had followed him just for Star Trek stuff. Because I like knowing what's going on with Star Trek. Because, like it or not, I still consider myself to be somebody who has liked Star Trek enough in my life to where I kind of still want to know what's going on with it, you know. I like stalking the X that is Star Trek and watching it go down in flames and seeing what kind of cheap floozies it can attach by its around its waist, and it's clearly using, you know, the people who are perfectly fine using its money.
He's got food.
Okay. That's what's happening now. So Star Trek is having its fling with the people who are perfectly fine using it for its fame. Perfectly fine using it for access. So, which is really, really disappointing to me, I think. But then again, it is Dr. Gusher. So that's one of my biggest problems with this is like, oh yeah, I want a pizza. I would like pizza. They got Odo in the bucket. Because we're yelling, it's a bucket. It's a bucket. It's a bucket. She's not gonna... What did he say? How many words did they use to get to bucket? A pot. And she's like, cannabis? Because they have to make the reference. She said cannabis. She said pot. She said a thing. Hey, she said a thing, Rob. Guess what? She said a thing. She said a thing.
Smoke weed every day.
Not the crickets. Oh, the crickets were loud. That was loud. They were loud. The buckets contain leftover ooze from the show Sliminess. Star Trek Picard spoilers without context. Yep. Yep. Sorry. I don't know if it's supposed to be an homage. I don't know. It's... Something just dawned on me, this pattern of these red squiggly lines. And then Jack Crusher has what? Some PTSD of some red squiggly line demon monster at the end. Which is what? This thing here that 7 of 9 has a hallucination of. Or no, he has a hallucination of. So it's this tentacle monster thingy here.
Oh, that thingy?
Yeah, so it's on her face. So it's like, what, a parasite? Is that what it is? Or is it like when you... Okay, so I've been seeing this going around Twitter when you dip a bug or something in like a praying mantis, like his butt end in water to get those parasite thingies out. And it's really, really... Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt the praying... Well, I hope it doesn't hurt the praying mantis. But it's like, it doesn't drown the praying mantis because it's the butt end. But it causes the tape or the parasite to come out the back end because it thinks it's being drowned or something. I don't know. Anyway, so it's like this long, spirally, tentacle-y thing, right? Is that what they're doing here? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Is that what they're doing? It's like a Parasite. She looks like Kurt Loder, doesn't she?
Kurt Loder's he's looking at his age these days.
Worf was in one episode. He was in one episode. Oh, don't bring O'Brien into this. Love for Spidey chairs. Okay, I don't care. Anything else relevant on here? Probably not, huh? Sovereign vibes. Ew, yeah, so this is the thing that she chops off her hand. She chops off her hand to get this thing here. Can we put it full screen there? She chops off her hand and it oozes into a bucket and it transforms into that. And no, I'm not on hallucinogens. That's what happens in the show. So there's proof of it here. We have proof we didn't hallucinate it, Rob.
No, we didn't.
We did not hallucinate it. Nobody slipped us anything on our pizza last night. Well, it was a few nights ago.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but it's like Freddy mixed with the Dream Demons from Nightmare on Elm Street 6. And it's just
mixed with the Alien dude.
Yeah, mixed with Alien. Oh, who knows? It's just Picard's a bad horror. It kind of is. It kind of is. And then they keep time jumping. I think we should boldly get the hell out of here. I think you should boldly go F yourself, Riker. Magic mushroom pizza. I would like pizza now, though. It's getting pretty much close to dinner time. Star Trek. So how do we rate this? How do I rate this? Rob.
I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird kind of.
It's a weird thing. It's like I can't rate it like in Star Trek. I have to rate it on its return to Gilligan's Island. It's just we're getting greatest hits, right?
We are.
I wish I had the time back. Yeah, I wish I had my hour back. Did Icheb die? Yeah. Rate it in buckets. How many buckets of lunch would you throw up in this episode? How many buckets of Agnes puke? I need an Agnes puke button.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I do have the Judge It on Its Own Merits clip somewhere. Actually, if you want to plug that in, I'll put it. Well, this is I think we're gonna do a new one for this one, but so scoring system is being too kind to it. Got a chance here. Oh, I don't want to mess with it. I want to redo it because here it comes. I don't have it. Well, I kind of have it here and here, but I'd have to play it. Can I play it over there? And how loud's it gonna be?
Please evaluate the show on its merit.
Okay. Boop. Where is she?
She's in there.
There she is.
Whoa, please.
She puked. Rob, you did it. You made her puke.
Love. Please.
Ew. So that's Agnes. That's
Red
what.
velvet cake.
That's it. It's puke, but it's red velvet cake puke. So it's red velvet cake puke, I guess, is what it is. That's what Picard is. That's how we'd rate it. You still have to set up a special effect for the George Lucas Super Cat 1138. I don't know what I would do. I don't know. I've never seen it. What's 1138?
1138 is
that movie. Have you ever seen it?
THX 1138.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen American Graffiti.
I'll do something better. Here, I'll give you an effect from something I do have seen. What do I got? I don't know what I have. What's that? The American flag. We don't want the American stupid flag. No. Baby Yoda. There you go. Baby Yoda. That's close enough. Look how cute he is. He's a baby. And he's a baby Yoda. What happened to what's his name? That's me. Gay stuff. Groomers. I don't know. There's Superman. He-Man. It'll be a He-Man. There. It'll be a He-Man. It'll be a He-Man giving us a stare. 11:38. What does He-Man have to say about this?
He's a very disapproving look on his face.
I think that's, yeah, that's my review right there. When somebody please think of the baby, he, her. The vomit of the color after a blue slushy purple. Yeah. Alright. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We really appreciate it. I don't want it to be too long. We'll probably come back and do another stream later tonight of something. I don't know. It's getting really nice out. I want to get out and have some fun and get some errands run. So this was not good. I'll leave this up live probably as long as it's not demonetized. But who knows? Every time you talk about Star Trek, they demonetize it. So, oh yeah, we got all this Bob Iger stuff we'll talk about later. You'll probably do a stream about that. Maybe.
Probably I'm going to be on a Beatles stream later.
Okay, and he's got a Beatles stream later. So, yeah. Bye. Oh, who's that on? Who's that on?
Sporking News.
Sporking News. Go watch the Sporking News thing. He's going to be on with them.
8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
All right. Bye.
Bye.